Welcome to kidsacademy.mobi.
Hi, this is Michael Heyman, elementary school teacher and educational consultant with Kids Academy. Today I'd like to talk to you about a really fun and easy experiment that will pique your child's curiosity and help them become STEM and science lovers for the rest of their educational careers. This experiment can be done with any student from kindergarten all the way to third grade, just increasing the complexity of language and types of materials used. Let's talk about what the scientific method is, as you should with your student each time you conduct this experiment. As well, we'll talk about the steps needed and materials needed to complete this experiment. To explain the scientific method to a kindergartner, you'll want to use easy terms, such as having a big question, making a guess as to what could be the answer to this question, and then discovering what the answer to this question could be by doing some experiments or digging around for the answer. For a third grader, you may want to use more technical terms, such as hypothesis, an educated guess, and conclusion when finding the answer. These are important things to remember, and students will love using these terms if combined with a fun experiment as the one I'm about to describe. In today's experiment, the ice melt race, we're going to determine which liquids melt the fastest. In order to conduct this experiment, you're going to need some materials, such as different liquids, we'll talk about those in a minute, an ice cube tray, and a timer. While we conduct this experiment, we're going to follow the steps of the scientific method, as you should with your student or child at home or in the classroom. This experiment is so fun that it's an awesome teaching opportunity to use the correct vocabulary and the correct steps when using the scientific method. So let's get started. The first thing we'll need to do is freeze some liquids. Now, which liquid should we freeze? You should always do something familiar, such as a glass of water, which will turn into ice cubes, so that you have something to rely on or some kind of background knowledge that you can pull. You'll always know that the water will freeze into ice cubes. What about some of the other liquids? Well, I chose some readily available liquids that I had in my refrigerator, the same that you can do at home or in school. Now, after you've frozen these liquids, or even before, you should make a guess as to what's going to happen. For your older students, you can ask them, do you think all the liquids will freeze, and why? For your younger students, you should choose liquids that will definitely freeze, such as milk, orange juice, and water. Once these liquids have frozen, and again or before, you should ask them to make a guess, and for third grade students, ask them to form a hypothesis. The older students should base their hypothesis on some sort of background knowledge, and the younger students should try to pull on some knowledge that they have from the world around them. To form a good hypothesis, all students can use the sentence starter, I think blank because blank. For example, I think the milk will melt the fastest because I've seen ice cream melt in the summertime, and I know ice cream is made of milk. That's a good example of a hypothesis for about a third grader. They're using some of their background knowledge to help them form this hypothesis. Don't expect a kindergartner to come up with something this complex. Next, you'll want to discuss some other things about conducting a good experiment with your students, such as controls and variables. One control that we'll be using during this experiment is the temperature in the room that we'll be melting the cubes. All of the cubes will have the same temperature around them while they melt. We will be controlling this rather than letting it be random. Another thing that we are controlling is that we have the ice cubes that are exactly the same size. We've used an ice cube tray to make sure of this. Keeping track of your controls are a very important part of conducting a good experiment. Another part of conducting an experiment, maybe the most fun part, are the variables. In our experiment, the variables are the different liquids that we will freeze. Now, as I discussed before, for kindergartners and third graders and all students in between, you'll want to choose your liquids carefully. First, you might want to say, we're going to choose some liquids as a class and choose some nice easy liquids. As we said, milk, orange juice, and water. But then, to make it fun, students can choose their own liquids, and then they can ask even more complex questions, such as, will this liquid even freeze in the first place? Choosing liquids such as maple syrup, heavy whipping cream, and tomato juice can help make these experiments a lot more interesting, especially if the students are the ones choosing the liquids. They'll always have more ownership of an activity if they're the ones making the decisions. We just took our ice cubes out of the freezer. We have orange juice, iced tea, milk, and water. Which one do you think is going to melt the fastest? As soon as we put these ice cubes in the bowl, we'll start the timer right away. We've controlled things like the temperature in the room and the time we've taken all the ice cubes out of the freezer. Now, it's our turn to observe and see which ice cubes will melt the fastest. After they've all melted, we'll draw some conclusions and we'll report back with which ice cubes have melted the fastest. So we just finished our experiment and we have the results. We found out that milk melts faster than water and orange juice and iced tea. This is our conclusion. We found out our conclusion by conducting an experiment. This is the end of the scientific method. Let's review the steps that we took to complete this experiment successfully. First, we started with a big question, such as, which liquid is going to melt the fastest? Then, we formed a hypothesis or made a smart guess about which liquid we think is going to melt the fastest by using an I think blank because blank statement. Coming up with this hypothesis is incredibly important and will help drive the students' curiosity throughout the experiment. Then, we conducted the experiment. We kept close track of controls such as temperature and what time we took the ice cubes out, and where we put the ice cubes when we were ready to conduct the experiment in separate plates. Then, we made some observations. We watched the ice melt, and then we recorded our data. We found that milk melts the fastest. We recorded our data to draw a conclusion. Thanks for watching, boys and girls, and I hope you enjoyed this STEM experiment. Now it's your turn to try this experiment at home. Try some new liquids. Encourage your student to come up with their own experiment or alter this one in their own way so that way they feel ownership over the learning that they're taking part in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Like us and subscribe to our channel. Find links to our apps and comments below.